A very good morning, MEFB 2132013. Let's continue with the next chapter, Nature and Properties of Material. So if you remember, in the last class, we spoke about the introduction to manufacturing. We spoke about the three stages of manufacturing here: input, processes, output. We also spoke about the different types of production. So when you want to produce these products, you need to either follow a mass production, a moderate production, or a job lot production. And each, the mass production, moderate production, and job lot production has its own criterias and categories. Yeah, and also we learned about some terms. Example, a consumer good, capital good, fixed capital, working capital. Yeah, and also lastly we spoke about the concurrent engineering. What is concurrent engineering? It's a manufacturing practice. So in the event that someone wants to start up a business, they don't just shock sendiri, they don't just start up as they like. They need to follow a guideline or a procedure which we call a manufacturing practice. There are so many manufacturing practices out there, but it all depends on the individual or the company on which type of manufacturing practice to follow. So what is manufacturing practice? According to the manufacturing practice, in this case concurrent engineering, the right combination of manufacturing plus design would give you the expected process and finally the expected product. Yeah, and we also spoke about economical production. So normally all manufacturers, industrialists will try to strive for economical production. What is economical production? Economical production is to produce a product that is low in cost, high in quality, at the same time aesthetic in design. So is it possible to achieve all the three? No, it'll always end up being a compromise. So when you walk into a shop, you see a very attractive product and you check the cost, it will be definitely much higher than a similar product that is of much lower quality. So it's always a compromise, that it's quite difficult to attain a product with very high quality, very aesthetic in design, at the same time low in cost. Yeah, so let's look at this chapter, Nature and Properties of Material. So now we talk about the material. So a very important factor in manufacturing is materials. Yeah, so you need to select the right materials for the right process. So if you look at it, there are several classification of materials. So materials, you have metallic, non-metallic. So you have metallic and non-metallic. So under the category of metallic, you have ferrous and non-ferrous. Under the category of non-metallic, you have organic and inorganic. So all these four categories that you see here are material in its pure state. So what an example of metallic ferrous is grey cast iron, malleable iron, steel. So ferrous meaning that the metal has got iron content in it and it is in its pure state. Yeah, it's in its pure state. There's no mixtures to it. So ferrous example, grey cast iron, malleable iron, steel. Non-ferrous is any other metals except ferrous or except iron. Example, aluminum, titanium, zinc, copper, brass, bronze. There's so many other materials in the form of metal that is existing. So metallic, non-ferrous example would be aluminum, titanium, zinc. Then we have non-metallic. Non-metallic is divided into organic and inorganic. Example of organic materials, leather, wood, rubber. And example of inorganic materials, you have glass, ceramic, fused silica. So organic materials are basically materials that are made of animal or vegetable cells. Remember, animal or vegetable cells. Whereas inorganic material is anything else which is not metal, and it is not made of animal or vegetable cells, but instead it is man-made, buatan manusia. It is man-made. Example, glass, ceramic, fused silica. All these are non-metallic substances that are man-made. So, non-ferrous materials are very important because they are alloyed with ferrous materials to obtain special properties. Yeah. So, do you think it's a good idea to use material in its pure state? And if yes, why? If no, why? Okay, so if you look at it, every material has got its advantages and disadvantages. Yeah, so using a material in its pure state may not do much good. Okay, first, shortly, let's look at the comparison between ferrous and non-ferrous, and organic and inorganic, and you will see why I'm saying this. Yeah, so again, what is non-ferrous? Non-ferrous materials are very important because they are, when they are alloyed with ferrous materials, special properties can be obtained. Example, good cutting properties can be added to steel by alloying it with molybdenum or vanadium. Non-metallic materials are classified as inorganic if they do not contain organic cells or carbon compounds. That's what I just mentioned to you. So when you say it is a non-metallic material and it's not a metal, meaning that the material does not contain any organic cells, is not made of natural substances such as animal or vegetable cells. All material cells have the importance in manufacturing. In automobile industry, we can find all types of materials in a car. For example, ferrous material can be used to make the steel or the body. Non-ferrous material like aluminum is used to make certain parts of the car. Organic material is made of is used to make the tire, the rubber. Yeah, inorganic material is used for glass. So if you see a car, this is a car. Yeah, the car consists of not just organic, not just metal or not just non-metallic. It consists of the mixture of two. So glass is the glass is made out of non-metallic material. Okay, and then you find that steel, I just told you, steel is a metallic material under the category of iron. Yeah, iron. So plastic is again buatan manusia. Yeah, man-made, so it will come under the category of non-metallic material. And then you have lead. Okay, not lead is a metal, so it comes under the category of metal, but under the category of other metals. Yeah, so you remember we had ferrous and non-ferrous, so lead comes under the category of non-ferrous. Then you have rubber. Rubber is from nature. Yeah, from plants, correct? So rubber is classified as an organic material. And then you have aluminum. Aluminum is a metal, but it's a non-ferrous metal. And then you have the body, which is a composite. What is a composite? I've not mentioned to you. We'll look at that shortly. Yeah, let's complete this organic, inorganic, ferrous and non-ferrous first. So basically, when you combine all these materials to make one specific product, we call this a composite material, because it has you cannot make a product just from pure material, pure ferrous or pure non-ferrous or pure organic or pure inorganic, because every material has its own physical, mechanical properties, which is a advantage or even a disadvantage to the final product. So if you look at it, let's talk about the characteristics of each of the material. Yeah, let's start with a comparison between metallic and non-metallic.